So welcome back to another Vlogmas. How are we already here? It's going so fast. But today we have got to fix a very big problem. So I've had Ginny for about a week now and we just cannot find a bridle to fit. She has had 4 or 5 different bridles tried this week, all full sizing that if you looked at her you'd say she's a full size bridle, but they are not fitting correctly. We're having issues with her ears, not having enough clearance. We're having issues with different bridles sitting on different nerves, and so it is time to call in the experts. So welcome to a very, very cold morning on the farm today, and today we are getting ready for a special guest. Lisa from Expert Bits is joining us to do a bridle fitting for Gin, who I've just given a pre-ride feed to line her stomach before she's ridden. I've just fetched her up out the field. Good morning! Good morning! She's got quite a short neck, so all of her rugs a little bit too long on the neck, but I'm about to give her a groom and get her slightly more presentable for Lisa. Shall we bend this back for you? Aren't we? You're a bit more presentable. So yes, if you don't know Expert Bits, they obviously don't just do bits, they actually do their own bespoke bridles, which is what we're hoping for Gin today, because basically she's a little bit of an odd shape. She's got quite a long head, but it's quite a thin head. So basically Lisa's going to come out and fit a bridle bespoke to Ginny. She might need cob pieces here, full pieces there. We kind of did this with Snip when we first got her, and then you end up with the perfect bridle. So that's what Lisa's going to come do. Gin's actually already in their bit. She's in a comfy barrel loose ring, and she's doing really, really well in that. So I don't think we'll need to try any bits today, probably just bridle and get that sorted. But yeah, excited to see Lisa, not seen her in a little while. Let's get set up and get Gin ready. So, good girl Gin. You're going to finish that breakfast? Are you going to finish your pre-ride feed? Oh, you've not met the, not met that yet, have you? This is Gin's first time of me filming with the tripod and the camera in the corner. So, just having a good old sniff. Just don't knock it over, please. Bless her, you're such a good girl. Right, take her rug off. We're in the 200 gram today because it is freezing, isn't it, Gin? I'm gonna give you a quick groom and then stick your stable rug on, because honestly, I wouldn't want to be naked today. It's cold. I might quarter you. Let's do it in quarters, shall we? Yes, because it's cold. I'm going back to the camera. She's got a lot to get used to, bless her. No, you're going back to your feed. Right, to be fair, your body is pretty clean. It's not really your body I need to brush. It's your legs. The bit that was covered by a rug is clean enough, I think. What do you reckon? This is actually Snip's fleece, which by some miracle fits her, because Snippy was a 6'3" in rugs, and Gin's a 6'6", but anyway, I've not brought the brush that I want. Of course I haven't, that'd be too easy. Where are you going, Miss Gin? Put it down. And actually, one thing about Gin is that she really does keep herself pretty clean, although it's been very, very dry, the weather recently, so we've not really had much mud. So last night was our first lot of mud. I think Lisa's here already, which means my horse may not be quite as presentable as I was hoping for this. But that's just typical of me being in a rush. Isn't it, Ginny? Yes, I think you're used to my ways now, aren't you? Good girl. Good girl. Hey. Come here. Come here. She's getting used to the kisses and the cuddles, aren't you? She's not the most cuddly yet. But neither was Percy when he came, and he's a big cuddle monster now, so. Good girl, Jen.
We have outtakes after outtake after outtake.
I've already said that you're coming anyway, so we don't need to do that. So Lisa's here. We're going to film your reaction to Gin.
Yeah.
I've already told that it's a big chestnut mare, but come on, let's go meet her.
Have a look. How big is big? Hello.
Gin.
Aren't you beautiful?
Sisters, I think so.
You going to come say hello?
I think so.
Aren't you gorgeous?
Look at what you got, Jen. You've got a fancy new bridle that we are eventually going to put together.
She's gorgeous.
Cute, isn't she?
Yeah. How big is she?
She's 16 hands-ish.
Jane, don't do
I
that
think
to me.
she could be pushing 16.1 at the wither. She's got quite a high wither. Lucy's
Very
15.3 and she's definitely quite a bit bigger than her. But
Come
she's a bit
on.
antisocial. She's not quite settled in the stable just yet.
Not
but
settled down yet. Good girl.
Not judged. This is a very old bridle. And this is the only one that's fit. I've had like 3 bridles on her.
Well, she needs a comfy barrel with big rings on it as well.
Yeah, I know. She's got Badoon on and it looks silly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's the one I had for Snip.
Yeah. Right. Just show us that on her, and then we'll have a look at putting this one on her. Put one together for her.
Oh, I don't like putting my fancy nice bits on the ground.
It'll be fine.
It's all right, they're your fancy nice bits. You're allowed.
Let's have a look.
Good girl, Jen.
Hello. Hey, you're nice, aren't you?
She is a good girl. I mean, you probably would be absolutely terrified if you saw her jumping, but...
Oh, she got a good backhand on her.
Oh, yes.
She's nice on the flat, though.
Yeah. She's getting there. It's taken a bit of settling
Yeah.
and reminding her of how life goes.
Yeah.
But she's getting there. And
So that there, it needs to be lower, which we can sort. She actually hasn't got a massive prominent ear, has she?
But
Bulb on her
this
ear.
is the only one that's had enough room around her ears.
Right.
I've had her in 2 other full bridles and they were both too tight in her ears.
I wonder if the brow band's pulling them forward, maybe, and the other bridles, maybe.
Yeah.
What a good girl you are. You're a proper sweet. Should we get a bit that's going to be the right...
Because I was surprised, that's a 5-inch.
We might go to 5 1/4 even.
Yeah.
It's just a bit snug there on the corners.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at 5 1/4. Hey, should we get a bigger bit? Should we go see if we've got in there? Are you having a sleep? Look at her.
But she really likes this bit because she was in a neutral at Nikki's.
Yeah.
And I tried her in a neutral and she didn't like it at all. Really didn't like
She's
it.
got a really low palate.
Yeah.
It's real low.
Oh, my horse
wasn't
have
all
low
that bad,
palates.
was it? That wasn't that bad.
But yeah, she's really quiet in the mouth.
Right.
Really quiet. So
She's really sweet.
this is fun.
And then pull it out.
This is, oh.
It'll stop. And then just put it. Yeah, and all the
Jesus.
bottom ones are full as well.
Oh my goodness.
So they're titanium,
Yeah.
all the comfy barrels. And then
This
we've
is all
got,
very organised.
yeah, we've got a new...
You can tell that this is... I'll just step away from the truck.
Titanium Waterford, I want you to feel this. Like, what size is that? 5 o'clock, feel that.
There's nothing to it.
No.
That's so light.
Yeah, so Titanium Waterford, making it more comfortable. They've got a really bad reputation of Waterford being really heavy.
Yeah.
So we've had
Mine
them made.
I used to have smokes in one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's, yeah.
You wouldn't think it, would you?
That's so light. That's mental.
Yeah. So it leans on the bit, it's really strong.
Yeah.
Put one of them, because they can't feel the weight of the bit on the tongue either,
Yeah.
it's much, much kinder for
And
them.
then the action actually can work then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Like
just
the
not
whole-
heavy.
yeah.
They're so heavy and
They
bulky.
are. They are.
The
'Cause I
traditional
know when I
ones.
had smokes in one, because
Yeah.
that was the only thing that I could have him in for certain things.
Did I give you that bit?
No. Have you just
What?
put it back?
I don't know what I've done
Have you
with
just put it in one of the others?
Yeah. Yeah, there we are,
There
that's
you
the one.
It wasn't the right colour.
Don't want to shock you, do we?
Honestly, you've come on like the first proper cold
I
day
know.
we've had.
I know.
Good girl, Jen.
Good girl.
You have to excuse the bits of mud on her.
There's not much,
As
is
you
it?
can see, I've...
Have you been in the field? Been playing. I just warmed it up a little bit for you. It did feel really cold. She said, oh no. It's really hard when I've got to hold both sides of it. Good girl. Will you just hold one side for the shirt
course I can.
size?
Do you want me to hold it so you can see?
That looks better fit. If you have a look where I am. Say that, we might go down to a 5.
This is the only thing though, when...
It's, no, let's go back down to a 5.
A 5, yeah.
Good girl. Because looking at her, she actually is longer than what I thought there.
Yeah, she's quite long in the face.
She's got quite a short smile, she's got quite a long face. But she's quite narrow across there.
Yeah.
I brought Cobb, but actually...
But then actually around her ears,
it's quite wide, isn't it, there?
You actually find that things come slipping forward, so...
Oh. What's she saying about you?
You like a challenge.
Love a challenge.
You like it when I do
coldest
this to
morning of the
you.
year. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at cheek pieces. The cheek pieces, nothing wants to sit higher than the corner of the eye. I know, darling, it's very odd, isn't it, what I'm doing? And where the bit would sit. So actually, I think we're going to need size full. Looking at them.
They look quite short.
Yeah, they look quite short, they do. So let's try full one. So I'm going to start with full head stall, because she's got quite a long head, hasn't you, sweetheart? A full cavesson, a Cobb brow band, and full cheek pieces. And a full throat, because she's quite deep there. Yeah? You start that? So then, I always put it about 5 normally. 5 or 6, just to get as a general rule as well. Once I've made it up, I then let the owner put it on their own horse, just because their horse is used to them, dealing with them rather than me. I'll just check the size of this on these because she's quite narrow.
Yeah,
Around her muzzle, she's quite narrow there. So we need to have... I'm actually going to try the Cobb one on her, because can you see there where the main cheekbone ends? You need to see where the main cheekbone ends there. You can actually see the nerves. She's got a really good face for seeing. You can see the nerves. That's why we need to have 2 fingers, so that will go and sit below that facial nerve there. Most horses don't have a symmetrical face either. Let's have a look at you, sweetheart. There's actually a thing on your phone where you can get the lines. So she's got a much more prominent cheekbone on that side, but actually, she's pretty symmetrical. This side is slightly higher than this side. This eye, if you want to have a look face onto it, you'll be able to see as well. This eye is lower. Can you see than that eye? She's not going to... Come on, get your head still. Good girl. You can just see, can't you? One eye slightly, yeah. It's a good girl. Right, let's try your Cobb size on then for your nose band, yeah? So let's bob this on it.
How are we getting on?
Good. So just been saying, so she's actually got a really good face for seeing there's the main, feel her main facial nerve.
Yeah.
She's quite prominent. I mean, the bottom of her cheekbone is there, and that's why it's so important.
Like, do not point it.
That's why it's so important that we see so many nose bands that are pressed up
there,
but that's pressed against the main facial nerve. And that's why you need them 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Gap. And if you feel there, you can feel that nerve.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah. Can you imagine something pressing against one of your nerves?
Yeah, no, thank
and when
you.
they're done up so tight. That's why, you need to be able to get 2 fingers. That's why this new rule's coming about getting the 2 fingers there on the nose band as well.
They need it, because you see it, especially since I started doing BD. Gosh, you see all these people with the crank nose bands and they've like tightened and tightened. Yep. It's crazy. And she is really sensitive in the face. Like, as quiet as she is in the mouth, one thing I found is that she doesn't like pole pressure as well.
Okay.
So,
how are the brakes?
Yeah, they're all right. To be fair, she's got a really sensitive mouth.
So yeah, you can sit and ride from your seat.
Yeah. And she listens a lot more to your seat than your hand. If you go to your hand, she kind of is like, get off me. She will stop. Yeah. But when I took her to Sang Show, she locked on to the pole rack.
All right, yeah.
Which is about $1.50 m.
Brilliant.
So she locked onto that, and I was like, oh. No. And I did actually really have to take a pull and sit up, but she literally came around the corner and instantly stopped.
Right.
So
turn
all right, we can stop. Says I've had enough now. Come on, Ginger. Good girlie. Let's try this one.
Let's have a look. Right.
That seems better.
Seems better. It seems like we're getting somewhere now.
Bit of trial and error.
Now I'm happier. Yeah. Right, we can have a mess.
Yeah, you don't realise that, because I thought she has got quite a long face, but because of this being wider, it makes her face look not as big.
But look at her head on. What do you see? that eye is lower
Yeah.
than that eye.
Yeah,
And
it
that
is.
cheekbone is more prominent than that cheekbone. But because she's so, these facial nerves are so,
So, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Pronounced.
Pronounced.
There we go.
Pronounced, that's the word I'm looking for. That's why you do the influencing work and I don't. You look bored of me already. She actually...
She just kind of like switches off after a bit.
She looks...
She quite likes being messed with. I do
That
think she
looks
quite
good.
enjoys it.
Don't tell me she's cob on nails.
Tell you what, as well.
She needs a cob throat lash as well.
Cob throat lash.
Yeah.
Of course she does.
Of course she does.
Of course she does.
I've never known her.
We've got there with everything else. Why would she not need a cob throat lash?
So
You
she's
then have
got
to take
a
that apart.
full-size headstall,
Yep.
cob brow band.
Yep.
We went for a full-size noseband in the end, cob cheek pieces,
Yep.
cob throat lash. This is why you cannot, she would have never fit enough to put a bridle.
Yeah.
You'd have
No.
to probably buy 2 bridles and piece it all together. I mean, that will soften in and
Yeah.
go down, but she's not an easy.
No, she's not an easy to fit at all.
Well,
And you'd think
nice.
Irish sports horse, probably going to be like easy to fit. No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, she's got a typical thoroughbred type mouth.
Yeah.
Got a typical low palate. But as you can see, everything is in line with the corner of the eye, which is where it needs to sit. But we need to get a small one of them. She said, right, enough now. Let's have a look.
The grand fitting.
Oh, reins.
Yeah, we kind of need those.
Right, they will be, how you mean you're not going without? Right, let me go have a look for some reins.
Do this. I'm rubbish at this.
It's because you've got nails.
I know.
I have no nails.
Try to be a girl, and I'm failing miserably.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it.
I do love these reins.
This wasn't my plan.
She was thinking she was getting a morning off after dressage has been cancelled.
It's cold.
It is cold. That's why I want to ride, to try and warm up.
Right, let's give that a go.
That looks
Go.
so good.
All done.
Look at you.
All done.
Should you get your tax up and go do some fancy stuff? Fancy stuff in our fancy new bridal.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you do look very smart, Jen. I even set out my dressage arena, I didn't need to.
How well behaved is she?
She's a very good girl.
Yes, she is. Yeah, you don't need anything bigger than her, do you?
No. No, I actually had one vetted that was bigger than her. That was 16.3. And she was nice. She was very similar to her in that very quiet on the ground. But I did feel a little bit sort of pee on a drum.
She failed the vetting.
Yeah, had kissing spine.
Oh no.
6 vertebrae touching.
Wow. How many did you have vetted?
Just that one and her.
How many did you look at?
Loads. Good girl.
I love that horse. That is. I really, really like her. A lot.
She's good. She's a really good girl.
Have you hacked her yet or not really?
Not yet.
No.
Nikki said she was an absolute saint. She was actually the nanny for all of her mad eventers.
Right.
Well, I think once I get her out hacking, she'll be good as gold because I can't put anyone else on Percy, so you have to come and ride her.
Yeah, I'll ride her. I'd rather ride. I'm not getting on Percy. I was actually going to say to you just then, once you go out hacking, I'll ride her. I'll bring Rufus. You can ride Rufus.
Why do I always get the crazy Connies?
I don't know.
I don't get. I buy a nice new horse and everyone else gets to ride it but me. Good girl, Jen.
Oh, look at her.
Good girl. You have to kind of like wake her up a bit.
I'm all right, thanks. I'll stick with the sleep
girl.
a bit.
Ooh, it's dead.
She's got all the power in that back end, hasn't she?
Yeah. Good girl.
She's really nice.
Was a better hole.
That really suits her. It's already bedded into her.
Yeah.
To fit her, she's quite deceptive. We ought to do a thing one day, swapped horses for the day.
We should.
Make sure you don't get her going and she's
I was going to say, yeah, because you'll want to nick my nice one.
Yeah. Mine's nice when
He
it's
is, look, to be honest, I think I'll absolutely love him.
You will love him.
He'll be my type of horse.
Yeah, he will.
And then I'll take him out eventing for you.
Yeah, he's lovely. He's just...
I love a Connie. You know I do.
Yeah.
Right. There we go. That is one fitted bridle. One happy Gin. One happy
Oh,
Lisa.
you can say hello.
So thank you.
Thank
you
you.
so much for my lovely new bridle.
It's beautiful.
It does.
I want that bit to need some moulding, doesn't it?
It does. Well, it'll get a lot of use now, won't it, Ginny?
You good girl, like
Yeah.
you?